Okay, hello everyone, and hello Alex from IntellyBot. It's a pleasure to meet with you today.
Thanks for your time and for calling me.
We've been trying to arrange this call for a while, and also these types of videos um, to have basically two people talking versus just one of us explaining our products or services. So this is a really great opportunity finally to do that.
Yes, I think so.
So,
It
so
was
in
hard
today's
to.
video, we really try to focus on you, and we introduce you and what you do, what your team does to those who are not familiar with you. I think
Yes.
a lot of people know you because you are one of the top signal providers in 3 commas and also other platforms. And I know you have a very active Discord community. So I think it also will be interesting for many people to connect with you on this maybe a bit of a personal level now before we talk about bots and settings. Do you think you could maybe tell us a little bit how you started to get interested in what you do and how you stayed persistent through all these ups and downs that we are seeing in the crypto markets?
Oh, it started a few years ago when we originally built machines for mining,
Okay.
and after the energy prices went up a bit and the mining was not that profitable anymore, we focused on how to trade and how to develop techniques to push the trading and to get to get knowledge about how everything works with signals and indicators and strategies. So basically, this started uh, 4 years ago,
4 years. Uh-huh.
and and we developed own indicators, and as a result we applied for the marketplace on 3 commas because it was quite interesting to have your own signals available in the platform. And yes, that's how everything started.
What's the
We
what's the really difference, of like psychologically or even financially of developing and running your own strategy versus really following somebody else's strategy and signals?
if something goes wrong, you know better why it went wrong because you can see the indicator in TradingView.
Mhm.
Um, no, I have a dedication for development and software. So basically, we have the skills to do it. So we did it, and um, it at the time when we developed this for the 3 commas marketplace, there have not been much signal channels which have been free
Uh-huh.
and had a good performance. And also the number of coins was limited. And when we when we started, our goal was to make them available, and also to use them for our own bots. My Most of my bots are running with my own signal, and if it's available on the 3 commas, you don't have to set the trading view alerts each time because it's already done. Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 commas is acting a bit like your own platform because you're using your own signals.
Yes, and I'm a bit lazy, so I made it available.
So today we want to look at your signals, at your strategy, and you have a couple that you have for yourself, as you say, but also that you share. And these are um, existing bot settings, existing strategies. But also, as we discussed with you, we want to take a look at a new service that you're working on or a new strategy that you're planning to introduce to the market, right?
Yes, yes. I just wanted to show the marketplace signals. I think when you go to marketplace, um, we have been talking about these signals here,
right?
IntellyBot
And
signals. I
you
have not
have
shown them.
close to 2,500 subscribers to the
Yes,
channel.
yes. So we are. If you sort them by followers, we are in the definitely in the top
Top
10.
five. Yeah, top
So
five.
or in the top five. Yes. So that's quite a good result, I think. Yeah.
So these are again like well-established mature signals. Their performance, of course, would depend on the market conditions. As there are things that that would still be attractive in this particular signal, do people still want to use them, or should they jump to the new service that you are working on now?
No, they can still use them. If you go to the details of these signals, you find a lot of bot settings which can be applied. Um, this is still all valid to use. The thing is, time is moving on, and we developed also new trading styles, and also TradingView gives new possibilities.
Hmm.
So it is always a kind of challenge for us to develop the things further,
Yeah.
and to make new experiences in trading. Yeah, so that's why we also try to develop total own TradingView scripts that offer much more than a signal. It is more or less a strategy which is managing the bot from the start to the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what you're saying, it's not, so you have like more of a holistic trading system now versus just a signal that you can subscribe from Tree Commerce.
Yes, yes, it's a trading view strategy,
Hmm.
which is managing the three commas bot. So it is placing the safety orders, it is firing the take profit or triggering the stop loss. It depends what you want to trade.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this because I think this is the core content, core part of this particular meeting. And again, we could
Okay.
talk about Tree Commerce, we could talk about anything else, Miser, and so on, right?
Okay.
But I think if we jump directly to your trading view strategy, and dive into that, there's still going to be so much more questions than I have that
Okay.
will fill up this content.
Okay. Then let's jump into trading view. I already opened it. I think here. Yeah, here we have it. This is the trading view strategy which we are currently running. Um, this is a DCA strategy,
Hmm.
and if we look into the settings, I'm going to explain a bit what it can do.
So let's start with the name. It's you call it, well, IntellyBot, of course, is your brand, but you call it SMC, which stands for Smart Money Concept. Is this really based on the methodology and the concepts from Smart Money? Or,
We
mhm,
Yes, we started with implementing SMC, smart money concepts. In the meantime, we added so many features that it is much more than smart money concepts. But the basic thinking is still that you trade within order blocks,
mhm,
and try to use um, the spaces between the institutional traders. Okay. For example, we have entries that take care for the break of structure, or we also have exit conditions that, for example, try to exit before the chart is touching a bearish order block, for example. So I would say it is still SMC, but it is a bit more than that now,
So
because
let's
we
let's stay here for just this one conceptual level first, because on one hand, I think what you just described, the market structure breakdown, order blocks, all of these concepts, for someone who's not familiar with smart money concepts, this is a foreign language, right?
Yes,
And
it is.
it may
Yeah.
sound quite complicated, right? So on one hand, I think there's this potential complexity that we may enter. On the other hand, I'm hoping that you will tell me as you show all the settings and how the bot works. I'm hoping you'll say, well, it's actually very easy.
We we made it easy to manage it with the strategy. The thing is, you do not really have to understand as an end user how it works. You just need to adjust the settings a bit, because in our script you even don't see the order block, but when I scroll down here, you can select the order block as an exit condition. You can also select the time frame on which you want to exit. So basically, that's all you need to do. You can backtest then which setting works best for you. Okay.
So who would be
So
really the target audience for this script or the tool? Like, how much experience does the person need to have?
um, this is something we have to find out. To my estimation, even a beginner can handle it.
Mhm.
But of course, it is not a software which has been done in one night. We made now 47 releases of this script,
Mhm.
so there is a lot of work and logic in it, and basically. Um, it is for advanced traders, and I would also say it is for beginners. Um, you have to dive into it to get the maximum out of it. In our Discord, we have some basic settings which can be applied, but in our back testings or in our beta testings, I also had testers who used the script in a manner I would have never expected that
Okay.
this is possible, but they did it, and they had success with it. So um, the possibilities are great or endless. It always depends on your trading style. If you trade futures, if you trade long, if you trade short, um, it depends. Whatever you do, the script can basically do it.
So
Um,
before we go, maybe last question on this conceptual
yeah,
strategy topic, before we go into settings. You said you've been trading and developing strategies and bots for 4 years or so.
yeah.
And does this mean that now after these 4 years, the smart money concept is basically the kind of ultimate strategy that you arrived to? Why a lot of people use, I don't know, RSI or I don't know whatnot, what other strategies. Why is this particular strategy, smart money, or the concept, is actually something that you ended up with?
Um, the thing is that this script is mainly focused also on these exit conditions. I'm showing you this here. This is this part, okay? And in if you just work with a normal 3 comma spot, which closes more or less on a take profit, what we have here is more advanced, because we sometimes exit a deal um, even when the original take profit was not reached. I'm going to give an example.
Mhm.
Okay. We have, for example, here a feature. I'm going to deactivate this, and then you see what I mean. Let's wait until it loads.
So what we're basically saying is that the strategy allows you, it has very good exit um,
For example, yes,
signal.
let's take concrete this example.
Okay.
If you look at this deal, this
Yeah.
one is closing on a fixed take profit. You see this?
Yeah. Okay.
It
So
is
we're
the
trading
the
15
trade.
minutes. This is
Yeah.
3 days range.
Yes. If we enable, for example, one more feature here, it is update the take profit price with a new DCA order.
Yeah.
So it is recalculated after each new DCA order. You see what, for example, this feature does. Have you seen it?
Okay. So we have 2 trades now.
We have 2 trades. It closed much faster. And you see here also that we have a total different dynamic DCA logic, which recalculates the deals and makes more trades and also exits faster. Okay.
These exits look good. So you exit right before the price reverses down.
Yes, that is what we do with the SMC, that our script detects when it is a good opportunity to exit these deals.
So
Okay,
we have good exits. What about the entries? Let's talk about the entries now.
the entries. Um, we have here 6 different entries.
Okay.
We have massive entry, which is taking almost every entry, which makes sense.
Understand.
We have a lower entry, which is entering. I would say it is not RSI. We have
So
another
it's more
logic.
selective, this lower entry.
It's more selective, but basically it is a bunch of indicators what detects a lower entry. So we called it lower entry.
So you have
We have
filtering enabled there for this.
we have for each of these names we have conditions in place which are pre-configured in the script. So there is no possibility for the user to change these settings. These are our proprietary entries. And
But you know what? I actually like this, because some of the strategies that I've seen on TradingView, there is so many options and things to configure that are actually appreciative of having fewer options or combinations of options as
yes,
one or two
that's
choices.
that was the idea behind, because we fixed these entry conditions that you can't change them. Um, the rest is done by the DCA and by the exit criteria. Even if you could have an entry which gives on one coin a, a 2% uplift, it is not necessary, because the script logic will adjust this when it works. Okay, so it is not that critical. We have, for example, here a smart entry. This is really an SMC entry. So let's see what happens
Yes, I'm
when we
looking to see
apply
how
this.
the, yeah, nice. Okay.
So this is something you have seen. We have much less profit, but we have much less drawdown. Okay, so these settings, which almost no drawdown, are good for high leverage trading. Okay, so you can, for example, run this on futures. 12% doesn't look much, but if you call this, if you trade this on X20 or X50, this is quite attractive.
No, this
Okay.
looks good. An average trade of 2% is also a good stat.
Yeah.
Okay, so the entries, we talked a little bit about the entries and the exits, which to me is a logical place to start with. These conditions are, as I understood, proprietary. You combine number of strategies, you rely on smart money concepts, but you add additional filters, and they also each of these options potentially will have slightly different risk profile, right?
Yes, of course. You find out in the back testing, especially when you look at the drawdown, what the risk is. And if you run the deep back testing, you can also always check how it would have performed in the past. In general, we have total dynamic safety orders. Okay, you can select small, medium, large, or extra large. For example, if you switch to extra large, you have much more security
Yeah, and now we're speaking
because
about the safety orders, right? Just to make sure that
yes,
everyone is
we
following
are
us.
we are
We jump
talking
from
about
the
the safety orders.
sure.
For example, you see the drawdown is even less now
Yeah.
because we have chosen extra large. And what also gives less risk is if you increase the time frame.
Right.
So, for example, if you trade this on the 1 hours chart, um, you see that more or less um, you have totally different results.
Hmm.
But even here, the bot did not get stuck. We have here a drawdown. Um, this is something where you have to optimize a bit if you get it out or not. But for example, if we choose a moderate entry, maybe it disappears. Not really.
The drawdown you're looking for this.
I'm looking for a consistent setting, which would not have much drawdown. But it seems that Tomo had some issues in this period. Um, let's check another entry.
Yeah, yeah. We had multiple kind of almost crashes, right? One would call this year. So
Yes,
it's not unusual to see that, right? The large drawdown. And then of
yes, of
course the
course.
question is, so people need to of course be almost ready that a situation like this can happen. And then the question is how do you get ready for that? Either do you size your bots and your wallet accordingly, or do you have any other risk management techniques such as stop loss? So I think definitely I'd like to cover that, but I don't want to interrupt too much. So yes, please continue with your current train of thought.
Yeah. As you see, it looks a bit better now.
Hmm.
Um, this is always something a user can do by adjusting the time frame, the safety step, and the entry. And for example, the 1 hour's time frame, I think in TradingView it goes back until 2021. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's
So
sufficient.
that's more or less a good performance
Yeah, but let's.
because we have not had a total loss. And if you see it in buy and hold,
Yeah,
okay, you see that the bot is
beyond that.
better than buy and hold. Okay.
But let's look practically. So okay, uh, how, we stay on this coin on Tomo. We see that we have 21% of net profit. Other stats look very impressive, the profit factor, the success rate, and so on, right? But let's look at this practically. If we can actually from the trading view, what is the capital requirement um, for running this bot? For example, if I want to have a base order of $10.
Okay. We have here in the bot settings the properties,
Mhm.
and you see that the initial capital we defined is $100.
Okay,
So
total capital, right?
total
Like the
total
wallet
capital
size. Mhm.
total capital. This bot has 9 safety orders and a base order of 10.
Okay, so that would be $10 exactly. Okay.
Yes, we have 10 times $10. We do not have a volume scale. We do not have a special step scale.
Okay.
This is all managed by the strategy.
Hmm.
You can of course adjust this manually. For example, if you say, "Oh, 4 safety orders are enough,"
Right.
then then you can switch, or then you can increase your the values in base order and the safety order. Since we always calculate it on 100, all of the sum of all active orders must be at the end 100 as well. So if we work with 20, we can fill 5 orders with 20,
Hmm.
because at the end this is 100 again. And if you check the results now, you have to check if the bot goes on or if it's hanging.
Yeah.
If you see the drawdown, it would not have made much sense to change this. But you can also even do more aggressive settings. For example, this is also interesting. The order scale of 5, for example, then you have to make this here to 0.5. So it's basically 50 cents.
Okay.
The next safety order then would be 3.
This is your volume scale, basically, right? You
This
increase.
is the volume scale. It is in a way that you can set this totally free. Okay,
Hmm.
you are not forced to use the given 3 commas logic. This is totally out of the 3 commas logic. For example, on 3 commas, you are limited to a volume scale. I think the maximum is 10. Okay, you cannot break out of this system when you use 3 commas. For example, if you just make 2 safety orders, you can, for example, add 80 here, yeah, which is more than 10, and you can apply your unique setting. Yeah.
Hmm. So there, okay, let's break this down a bit. So when we look at this backtester, essentially we are backtesting now
Yes.
the strategy on the particular pair. There are
Yeah.
two things that I usually want to see. One, of course, is the profit, right? We're always interested to see in the profit, but also, as you mentioned, I think is um, if we get stuck, right? If you're trading with a DCA and our safety order configuration is not optimal, then
Yeah.
at a dip, at a crash, we can get really stuck with the red back, and that's the second thing that we look
Okay.
at.
We
And I'm
have.
just kind of summing up, right? Like kind of giving a frame of the discussion, right? What we're trying to backtest. Are
Okay.
you solving any other challenges, or are you looking at any other aspects when you are configuring your DCA for your strategy?
I'm mostly backtesting a setting,
Mhm.
or try to achieve a setting that goes at least 1 year without getting stuck.
Mhm.
And it depends if I use a volume scale on the safety orders or not.
Mhm.
For example, if you just use the safety orders without a volume scale on a dynamic level,
Mhm.
on a higher time frame, it's very difficult to get stuck. It is almost impossible. And even if you get stuck, since you do not have spent that much volume, you can also consider to buy it out on a lower level. This is something where you would have to add funds in 3 commas. But of course, our script can also sell in a loss. Okay, For example, we have this function here, trigger exit conditions only if position is in profit. Yeah. So we exit when we have at least 1% profit. If you disable this, the strategy also exits when no profit is made or even a small loss. So you see what happens here. The strategy is still profitable,
Yeah.
but of course it is also selling in a loss. We have a strange order scale now here. I'm gonna apply another one.
So yeah, so you move into slightly to kind of a next topic, and this is good, but just to kind of point attention to your DCA. What we're seeing here is that we can adjust the volume and we can adjust the number of safety orders, and that is something that we can choose to do as users of the script, for example, based on our capital, how much money we have, or risk appetite, or if you think we are clever, we can find maybe some unique settings. However, that's the only
Yes,
thing we can adjust. It's basically the volume. It's it's the strategy that actually places the safety orders. So the step scale, right, using the three commas terminology, the placement of the safety orders is what the strategy is doing basically dynamically.
yes.
So,
The strategy analyzes the market and places the safety order based on the market structure. Okay,
right,
so
right. So let's
there
look at
is
this
no,
visually, if you don't mind, because I think this is really, it's key, it's unique, and it's a strength of the strategy.
then let's check here again.
And I think that's the whole kind of strengths of this smart money concept, right? We know when the smart money, or where the smart money potentially is moving the price to the
Mm,
institutional investors, and we kind of following them in order to also take our position or accumulate or exit our position.
yes, this is, for example, an order block exit.
Mm-hmm.
You see that we just went one entry long, then we touched the order block, and the script made the exit.
Nice.
Okay, we did not wait until it goes down and maybe up until there. It is just one clear small deal, nothing
And there's
more.
no even DCA here, right?
There was no DCA used because we had the order block exit. Okay, if we would disable the order block exit, let's do it here. This should disappear. Let's wait if I am right. Yeah. Now it is a take profit long. Okay.
Yeah, I see. Can we see an example? Maybe we scroll to the left and find examples of safety order usage, the dynamic safety order usage. I don't know what settings we are on now. We were making them a bit extreme.
The thing is, we must check which entry we currently have. We have a lower entry, so these are very strong entries.
Mm-hmm.
You will not find much safety orders there. So let's select a moderate entry. Then we should see more DCA orders. And let's switch to safety orders medium. The thing is,
Yeah.
we currently have the exit criteria also in a loss. Okay,
Okay.
we
Understood.
do not see much DCA here because in this mode, when we also allow to exit without making a profit, the script is trading as fast as possible.
Yeah.
You see this here. We have many deals. We almost have no drawdown,
Yeah.
and we still have a profit. If we trigger, for example, just an exit when we have at least 1% profit, you will see more DCA orders. Let's look now.
Different
You
and a
see,
very different net profit. Yeah.
yes, you see much more profit. You see, of course, a bit more drawdown. So now let's search for the for the safety
And
orders.
now it makes sense, this setting, so I understand this better. So it reaches, and I'm happy not seeing actually too many trades where safety orders are taken. It shows
Okay,
that your entry conditions are good.
you see here, for example, now a safety order.
Hmm.
Okay, not too much, and
Yeah, DCA
that's
long, right?
also, yes, it's a DCA long order, and this is also the reason we do not consume much safety orders. So that's why we also don't use a volume scale in the basic setup. It is normally not needed. Okay. Um, yeah, that's more or less where you see that the safety order is used. We can check in the list if we see something where we have more safety orders. Okay, you see here
Yes.
there have been fired all.
Yeah.
Let's check if we can go there. This is
January.
January.
Yes.
I
Well,
think
December,
it.
January. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's move to this. Um, it is January 20. Let's go there. Okay. Yeah, you see here that the deal time was a bit high.
Yeah, I can see the 9. And if you, this is really interesting. So what I like is that, so potentially you had, uh, at most you could have 10 safety orders, right?
Yes, you can have 10.
And looks
Um,
like you were quite precise here. The ninth one you got right at the bottom.
yes. The thing is, the script noticed that it goes much more down than expected, and you see that the last safety orders have been placed much at a much deeper level. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you would have used a normal bot setting on 3 commas, it would have been likely that most of the safety orders would have been fired here. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
and we fired them. At least the second part of the safety orders was fired in this zone. And you also see that the script reduced the take profit automatically. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, it makes sense.
we came out here. Okay. So that's quite a good result, I think,
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good example of a
for
good result.
for a market crash. And even this now could be optimized, because if you look at the step type, this is still medium. Okay, we could also have used large. Then let's look how large would have been executed.
Looks like it also waited until the price dropped before buying.
Yes, but it entered much earlier. So large would not have been the best choice for Tomo. But even large would have exited here.
So do you have this documented, which kind of each of these major settings do in terms of, for example, risk or performance?
Um, it is always very easy to find this out.
Hmm.
If you look at these average number bars in trade, it is always recommended to optimize on a lower number. So the the step type large is definitely not good for Tomo here. If you run it on medium, you should come down to a better number. Yeah, 233 is perfect. Okay,
I understand.
this can run. Everything above 1,000, do not trade. Everything above 500, you need patience. Best is to have it between 50 and 100, or like here, 250 is also okay. This is something which is acceptable.
I understand.
Um, yeah.
So we've gone. This is now quite a good, I think, overview to understand the DCA setup and how the strategy actually manages the DCA for you and different settings that you can use. There's the multiple possibilities for entry and exit. You could even exit at a loss if you listen to strategist advice if you decide to, or you could force it always to take profit. So we've gone through that. Are there some other important features that you think you would want to present that people need to be aware of?
Um, the thing is, we just have seen now the long position.
Right.
You can also trade short at the same time. This makes sense when you run on futures. And we have in the three commas section the possibility to enter a long bot ID and a short bot ID.
This is good. Yeah. So I can see that the profit doubled, and it's also nice that you are showing us actually how to basically implement this, right? So if you get access to this script, if then you could put your bot IDs there and email token, right, and your
Yes,
asset pair, and basically you're done.
yes. It just works for single bots, not for multi bots.
Single bots,
So
yes, single
basically,
pair. Mhm.
you have to create a single pair bot for each trading pair. Um, yes, the thing is, when you use long and short, it makes sense to activate the trading direction manager.
Okay.
This is a logic which prevents from too much entries, because the trading manager monitors the trading direction based on different logic of the whole market.
So this gives you a
So
bias, like a directional bias.
yes, for example, it prevents from short entries when the market is climbing. This it is possible, of course, to enter short, but you would have to wait longer. You would have to wait until the ninth safety order, for example. And if you activate the trading manager, you can be more or less sure that you do not take short entries
This is very
when
good.
when the market is going up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
first of all, you reduce the risk, obviously, especially if you're shorting something that's is being pumped, and also you utilize your capital more efficiently. So that's a great feature, actually.
Yes. Yes. It is all designed to optimize the risk and to optimize the capital.
So when I
And of
try,
course,
when I go and
yeah.
try this tonight, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. When I go and try it tonight, I'll activate this one. What else do you recommend me to be mindful of and activate or tune? Aside of the default settings that you have.
Oh, I generally recommend to trade on paper trading first, because three commas supports this, at least in the long trading mode.
Hmm.
So always try on paper first, and if you are firm, then switch to live trading. Um, and also look at the charts. Do not just rely on the bot. Check also what the coin is doing. For example, when you noticed that the coin just had a drop of 80%, yeah, it makes no sense to short it uh, when it has dropped so much. Maybe it's better to take long entries on such a coin then. And you also can activate these custom conditions. For example,
Okay.
that you just buy Bitcoin, for example, when it is between 22,000 and 25,000, and that is how you can also optimize the entries by selecting dedicated trading ranges or even profit zones, or also a percentage you want to achieve. For example, if you see a movement and you trade this on leverage 20, um, and you are fine with 5% profit on leverage 20, this will make you 100%.
Right.
You define the range. You enter with massive entry. Yeah, you take all entries you can get with a very small step type, and then the bot is just eating in the given range every entry which can be made. So this is kind of super fast eating, or some also say this is printing. This is another use case how the bot can be used,
Mhm.
but this is more for the advanced user. You
Yeah, I was gonna
you
say
need
in the
to,
beginning we discussed the different
yeah.
categories or target audience, and this sounds like someone who has more experience could definitely enjoy. And it almost sounds like all these settings that you have, they can be tuned to match person's trading style.
Yes, definitely. You also can do, for example, position building. Um, for example, we have here a take profit of 2%. You can also set this to 10%,
Mhm.
for example,
Yeah, yeah, that's
and and then you are building positions, and you see
nice,
what happens.
100%. Yeah, yeah. So you don't care about small fluctuations. You're waiting for bigger ranges, and you
You're
actually,
waiting for the bigger ranges. Of course, this makes no sense on futures
yeah,
because you see the drawdown is even higher.
yeah. This is for spot. Yeah.
But for example, if you if you optimize the exit conditions, for example, if you buy here the lower entry on the larger scale, and you optimize the take profit to at least 2%. Let's see what happens then. The thing is, we currently trade this on long and short. It is better if you disable short then,
Mhm.
because position building on both sides is a bit difficult. Yeah, but
And
out of the
average trade,
box,
yeah, average trade 40%. Yes, I see that. It is good profit factor.
yes, you have much more drawdown, but you also have much
So,
more
and it's
profit
a 46, in this case, 46, 47% net profit for long only, while in the previous settings we saw it was around 20% of net profit for long only. So,
Yes, it
so look,
is.
I think just so we can fit all of this into one video segment, I want to jump to one more topic before we kind of come to a conclusion, because I think we've had a bit of a discussion so far already, like more than 30 minutes, which is great. Um, One more topic I want to explore before we close is that if we disable DCA, I think I saw that you have a stop loss option as well. How well
Yes.
does this work?
Um, let's try it. We we have the long trading direction. We activate the stop loss. We do the take profit a bit smaller. Let's do it 3.5.
Let the bot decide, the strategy decide what should be the profit. Do
Um,
it a minimum one if you want.
we we have the problem that this auto take profit is just supported on OKX and three-commas. We do not have it in the in the three-commas version. Wait, it's Pionex and OKX have the auto take profit. Um, Let me check. I think we have to switch to 15 minutes here.
Yeah, I just saw anyway green results, and this is green
Yes,
as well. And if you trade with stop loss, any green is good.
yes, this is just for stop loss and take profit and with the base order of 100%. So this is also possible. But we have not optimized the script just for base order, but there are still some settings where it works. Okay. So if you use the trading direction manager, this
Yeah.
filters out a lot of shit entries. And also if you use an entry type which is really low, it can close. Okay. It would not work, for example, for higher entry. It can work for smart entry. Let's test this as well. How smart entry would perform. Yeah, works also.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. And
So
and of course, you could adjust and then tune your stop loss and take profit targets there as well, right? Because these ones are really set at a fixed ratio, which is okay. So it's not dynamic. So
it
you
is
could,
not dynamic. This
yeah,
is
so you
fixed.
could tune them, right?
But you could also activate the exit. No, the exit conditions are activated. So let's look. You still have the order block exit, for example,
Hmm.
or the range exit. So it does not take always the 3.75%, which we set. Okay, no 3.5. You see here, we also close with less percentage. Okay,
Yeah, but it's good.
so it depends on what the strategy closes, but basically, if the strategy detects um, a possible issue, let's go back here.
Hmm.
For example, here we have touched an order block and the strategy made an exit. So
Hmm. That's perfect. Look, I can't wait to try this myself. So I have some first-hand experience, and probably people who are watching this, I hope, also would be interested in trying it. And just to be like, I think without being any kind of biased, I really think this is one of the most mature and advanced trading view strategies that I've seen. So uh, congratulations to you first of all for
thanks
developing
for the
this.
compliment.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for making it available. Now, I know you're actually planning to offer this as a commercial product, so there is a price, and that's good. That's okay, because you need to continue investing efforts in further development. You already put a lot of investment, so I think it's totally fine and good to have the price for something like this and not to give it away for free. I don't want to now kind of just tell people how much it is and so on, because I think I would prefer you just specify this and then we put it into the comment section and people find all of this information. They go to your website and whatever, and they make the decision. This so
Yes,
this the dialogue and the visual discussion I wanted to have more like a visual and learning and introductory versus a commercial. And the commercial details people can find in comments, in details. Is that okay with
Yes,
you?
that's fully okay. I think we have a reasonable price, which is not too high, um, and everybody who is using it should be able to regain this investment. And basically, it helps us to finance the further development, because there is really a lot of work now in it. And yes, I think traders that are aware of the features can develop their unique style, and also find new ways how to trade. And yeah, everybody who's interested can find the link in the comments. And there's also a 7-day free trial available, so nobody needs to buy it as a black box. I do not want users that have not the choice to test it before they buy. So yeah, if someone doesn't like it, there will be no costs.
Yeah, and we of course also, when we publish the video, we of course also put the links to your Discord or your social channels, your website. So there's also
Yes,
plenty of information for people to get inside of your community.
all informations and also setups can be found in our Discord. But it's also great when users that have found a good setup share it with the community. Of course, there is a private folder for the users that have script access, and they can also discuss with each other best ways how to use it, or even also submit bugs if there are any. We have a ticket system, so yeah, it's in active development. Yeah.
Alex, thank you very much for this introduction and again for the work and giving this product to the market. We look forward to the feedback, either directly to the video if people try it, or to your community. I'll give you my feedback. We talk regularly on Discord, and with this, we hope everyone will gain, will profit.
I hope so. I hope so. Many thanks for your time, and hope to see you all in the Discord soon.
Sounds good. Thank you very much as well. Take care.
Okay, bye.